Hi everyone and welcome to Evie's Toy House. Today we're going to be making a different kind of picky pads. So a picky pad is a tactile fidget toy that helps people who likes to pick in order to help with their stress and anxiety. Usually picky pads are made with silicone, but I thought it would be really interesting to try it with flex rubber. So a while back, I made these flex rubber squishies. These are super fun. You can color them and you can also cover them with flocking powder and they're really fun to play with. And since they're soft and flexible, I thought maybe they would also work as a picky pad. A little bit of a softer version of a picky pad. Usually picky pads are more solid because of the silicone. It might also be fun using something that is soft. So we're going to give it a try, and today's theme is dragons. So I have these beautiful gems that we're going to incorporate into our picky pad. We're going to make two different ones. Usually picky pads are flat, so I have a geode shaped silicone mold for our first one. And I also have a dragon egg. So this one is more 3D, it's larger, and I think you'll make a really interesting picky object. So let's go ahead and give it a try. The flex rubber that I'm going to be using today is from Let's Resin. So I have the smaller bottles here. This one came as a kit. It came with the flocking powders and some supplies. In addition, I also have the larger bottles, and these can get from Amazon. I have the links down below in the description. The ratio that we're going to mix is 1:1 by weight. And to color, we're going to be using some mica powder. I have dark purple and blue, also from Let's Resin. So let's go ahead and get our gloves on. Anytime you work with chemicals, you should always wear gloves. And let's start with part A. Okay, so 150 grams. And here's part B. And we're not going to pour too much because remember, we're going to put objects in it. So that's going to displace some of the volume. 150 of B. And pour and mix. So it says here we're supposed to stir them for 3 to 5 minutes. And here the working time is 30 minutes. So you need to get everything done within 30 minutes, and then we're going to wait 3 to 4 hours to cure. And that depends on the size and thickness. So I think with the egg, I might actually leave it overnight. Okay, everything is all mixed. Let's go ahead and add some color. So here is the purple. And here's the blue. And we're going to stir it again. Oh, look how pretty. Okay, now let's look at the crystals and gems. So I got these from Michael's. You can probably find them at most craft stores. And it looks so cool. They're so pretty. Look at this strand. These are so pretty. So what's nice about the pick pad is that once you pick them out, you can always save them and use them for another pad. So we are not going to be wasting these beautiful gems and beads. And I also have some filler crystals. And you can really put anything you want, anything that's non-porous. So rocks work pretty well. And I know these tend to be on the big side. A lot of the pick pads that I've seen, you have smaller beads so you can pick them out. But I think it'll just be so much more fun to also pick out these little crystals. So let's go ahead and get a few of these out. I'm going to put some in and save some for the dragon egg. Here's some clear ones. This blue is just gorgeous. It really matches this blue. Look at that. And these green ones. I think we're just going to do 1 or 2 because these are really big. And we also have these smaller ones. Okay, so now let's pour in some purple. And some blue on this side. And we do want to fill it all the way to the top. Okay, so here is our first one. Okay, and now for the dragon egg. So these, of course, will drop to the bottom. And so we're going to work in layers. Add some blue first. Add more gems. Alright, so I think that's all the gems that we can fit in here. So let's try to knock out all the bubbles. And it's actually quite heavy because of all the gems in there. Alright everyone, so at this time we're going to wait 24 hours just to give it lots of time to cure. And then we'll find out if this flex rubber makes a good picky pad. Alright everyone, so it's been 24 hours and we are ready to demold. So I had some extra leftovers and I made some paw prints, and these paw prints are ready. So you can see that they're super stretchy and squishy. I did not put any powder or flocking on it, so it's still a little bit sticky, but I kind of like that texture. I really like just kind of playing with it and feeling a little stickiness. It's not super sticky, but it's just a little bit sticky, but once you pull away, it does release. So that is such an interesting texture, and I love the colors. Look, it's almost galaxy colored. So here is our paw print. And I also love the demolding experience. So as you can see here, it's really stretchy and you can almost flip it inside out like this and just kind of peel away from the edges. And this flex rubber is actually pretty strong. So if you're not too rough, it actually does not rip very easily. So if you just want to play with this as a regular squishy, you certainly can. And these are just so cute and so fun. And of course, just like the previous video, you can use baby powder or you can use the flocking powder. Okay, so the moment of truth. Can we make this into a picky pad? So here it is. It looks really good. I love the colors. Look at this. You can see all those little crystals, the little rocks in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to peel it from the sides. And I'm not expecting any of the crystals to fall out at this point. I think the flex rubber will actually hold them in. But I could be wrong. Let's see how it works. And this is because the crystals are so big. Maybe they will fall out. Or maybe we need to make it a little bit thicker. I don't know, I can kind of see it. Maybe what we need to do is actually pour a layer on the bottom and then put the crystals in. But so far, I see that they are coming loose. And this is actually a really big geode mold. So maybe if you use the smaller ones, it'll be easier to demold. Okay, so we're still peeling here. Okay, more or less it is intact. Here is the back side. Here is the front side. Ooh, look at this. Okay, let's see how easy it is to pick from. So I really love the texture, and it is squishy and you can pull on it. And of course, as you can see here, as I pull on it, it does start to come apart. That is super, super cool. Here's the front side, and let's go ahead and pick out these crystals. Ooh, here's one, nice and clean. Pick out another large green one. It's almost like you're mining for crystals. Ooh, this is actually a lot of fun, you guys. Here's a smaller one. And I wonder what happens if you kind of squeeze them. Here's one that kind of popped out. Oh, look. They're kind of just popping out. This is interesting. Do you see that? I don't want to be too gross, but this is kind of like popping pimples. Oh my goodness. Oh. I just love how it pops out clean. Look at this. I'm just collecting gems at this point. Super cool. Let's get all these gems out. Or you can kind of just squeeze, and as you do so, you reveal these gems. They just come right out. Isn't this cool? I really like this. And look at my table. All these gems. And I love that it doesn't stick to the gems. So these gems are actually still very clean, and you can use them again and again for another batch. So now we're down to just a few, and at this point you can really just pick them out like this. You can feel it, and then just kind of pop them out. Okay, now for the egg. So this egg, so what's interesting about the flex rubber is that as it cures, it does pull in towards itself. So as you saw earlier, I actually filled the flex rubber all the way up to the top, but now it has shrunk down quite a bit. And I'm not even sure how we're supposed to get this out. Do you just flip it? Or just push from the bottom maybe? Okay, it is kind of soft, so that's why it wasn't easy. So what's really good about these molds, and I think this one is a Let's Resin mold, is that the silicone is actually very strong. So we are going to attempt to flip it inside out. I think the problem is we have a lot of crystals in there. You can see the crystals here. Oop. There's like an egg, birthing an egg. There it is. Oh my goodness. So we got a big blob, which is kind of what we're trying to do. And look at all the crystals in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go mining for gems. Okay, so let's go ahead and mine for our gems. This is such a cool experience. Look at that. It just keeps popping out. Oh, here are the pink ones. I like to push the gems out from the back. Just kind of give it a gentle push, and it just breaks through from the front. Here's one. Just extracting all these gems. Ooh, look at this one. This green one's pretty. Oh, here's a long one. A whole bunch of them. Here's another big one. Here's another one. It's so pretty. Let's push this one through. Here it comes. And once you remove all the gem, you can still play with it. It's still quite stretchy. So this is almost like slime, but it's not as messy. And for the most part, it keeps its shape. So you don't rip it too badly. Ooh, here's one. Here's a big one. Push it through. There it is. Here's another one. Oh my goodness, look at our gems. All right, everyone, this was so much fun. This is actually more fun than I thought it would be. Of course, we didn't get the egg shape as we thought it would be, but I do like this kind of larger, bulkier mold, which allows these gems to be hidden on the inside. So you really have to go in and dig it out. The shallow one, the plate one, is okay, but you see a lot of the gems and then they start to fall out almost immediately. And so there's not as much of a kind of a hunting experience to find the gems. So let's say you want to make a pick pad with the flex rubber. You should use a larger mold and make sure to put lots of these little gems or beads inside so you can really dig them out. Alright everyone, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!